So, the year is almost over. We're already in December and holidays are coming very soon. And you know what it means? Yeah, of course. This means creating an anarchic Minecraft server with all your friends, where everyone splits into different groups and build their own bases, get resources and max out their armor and tools. All this to start a war, where everyone is going to be searching for bases and killing each other's. But there is one part that no one likes, which is the beginning. Everyone has to search for ores, and it's very boring and time consuming. Because of that, I decided to use my programming skills to create my first programming project. A bot that searches for diamonds for you. You can leave Minecraft minimize and do other things while the bot does everything for you. And compared to other mods, this one is illegal, so try to don't use it in popular servers and just use it when you are playing with your friends.
Bruh.
For this project I decided to use Python because I don't know how to use any other programming languages yet, and also because there's already an API that allows me to synchronize my script with Minecraft. This API is called Mindscript, a mod that comes integrated with many functions. This way I won't have to do everything from scratch, which I don't think I could even done. And well, I learned about this API thanks to the YouTuber Cream, who already done automatizations with it. So the first thing I decided to do was to create a function that would take the player from the surface down to layer -58, which is the Y level where more diamonds are generated. However, we have a problem. The player is not in the center of the block and he can go down. So let's create a function that will take him to the center of the block where he is standing. Now let's test this to see if it works correctly. Perfect. Everything seems to be working fine. The player can go down to Y level -58 on his own. However, we encounter another problem. What happens if the player is going down and there is a big cave underneath? Also, what happens if there is water below, or worst case, lava below? To simplify things, I create a function for each scenario.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Oh shit, not good.
Here you can see how the main function turned out. And I almost forgot, I added some other functions so the character doesn't get stuck while manning down. Now let's finally look at the most important part of the video, the algorithm for finding diamonds. My first thought was to have the program collect information about all the blocks surrounding the player. This means 5 blocks on each side, front, back, left and right. So if I'm here, then the player detects these 3 diamond blocks, but not the others. So there are 2 problems with this. The script doesn't detect the other diamonds that are around the detected diamonds. And also it takes a long time to process all the data from the blocks surrounding the player. For the first problem, I integrated an algorithm within the main algorithm so that when the program finds a diamond, it detects the other diamonds surrounding it. This way it will create a chain reaction detecting the cluster of diamonds. For the second problem, instead of having the program detect all the blocks around the player, have it detect blocks intermediately following this pattern, which is much more efficient. And you might be wondering what happens if there are no diamonds in the area. Well, I made it so the program can increase its search area if it doesn't find any diamonds nearby. What this algorithm does is simply give us the coordinates of each diamond in the searching area. Now we need to process these coordinates and group them together to find out which diamond group is the largest and the most convenient to mine. This function is going to group up the cluster of diamonds. It will take the coordinates of a diamond and search for other diamonds that are next to it. Finally, it will return a list of all the diamonds cluster found. Once we have the list of diamonds cluster, we just need to see which group of diamonds mine first. This function will filter the list and find the best diamond cluster to mine. Why we need this? Well, sometimes there might be a cluster with only 1 or 2 diamonds and another cluster with 4 or more diamonds, and both relatively close to the player. In this case, obviously, it is better to mine the cluster with more diamonds that is closer to the player. Finally, we just need a function that controls the player's movement. Here I create a simple movement. We'll first move the player to the X coordinate of the diamond clusters, then to the Z coordinates, and finally to the Y coordinates. All these X and Z movement will be done within the layer -50A. This way, the player will avoid lava and open caves. Once the player reaches the coordinates, he needs to mine the diamond and then return to layer -58, and then the cycle begins again. Before explaining how to install the code and the mod needed for the boat to work, I want to finish explaining some additional features I added and some limitations with this code. The first one is this feature that alternates between using the pickaxe and the shovel. If the player is mining grass or sand, he will use the shovel, otherwise he will use the pickaxe. Also, most of the variables such as the position, the speed, the block the player target, and the item he is holding are in the player tracker class. This is in case any programmer wants to use the code to improve it or add additional features. Also, the code isn't completely polished, as you saw in the previous clips. For example, when going down and falling into water, sometimes the player doesn't cover himself properly and ends up drowning. On other cases, occasionally the player can get stuck. And also, if you are unlucky while searching for diamonds, the player could encounter lava and get burned. This is because I didn't add a function to check for lava while searching for diamonds. And if you want to avoid these problems, which, well, it occurs very rarely, you can make sure to go directly to layer -50 and start the program from there. This will resolve most of the issues, which is the part of the water and sometimes getting stuck while going down. If you happen to encounter any of these issues, what you can do is to restart the code. This is done by typing kill job 1, and if it doesn't work, try typing /jobs. This will show all the running scripts. If you have more than one script running, then you need to remove all of them with /killjob and the number of that job. Depending on you, if you want me to add more features to the code or refine it to fix and polish the code, let me know in the comments so I can create a second part for this project. I'll be reading your comments, so if anyone knows what else I could add or what parts could be improved, please comment it down so I can take it into account. Or if this is already enough for you, I can work on other projects or program anything you have in mind. If you want to test the script and give me feedback, you will need to install these 3 things, which are linked in the video description. First, you need to download Mindscript. Here you select the Minecraft version and the Fabric platform. Then install the script. Click on mod.py and then on the right side, inside the 3 dots, you will find the download button. Finally, install Python. Go to the download section and download the version recommended by the website. Once everything is installed, the first thing you need to do is to open the Minecraft launcher. Go to the installation section and click on the folder icon, which will take you to the Minecraft folder. Then go to the downloads folder and move Mindscript mod into the mods folder. When that's done, go back to the launcher and open Minecraft. But remember, that has to be the Fabric version. While Minecraft is opening, we can install Python. Double-click the installer and click Install. In this case, since I already have installed Python, it shows Reinstall. But when you click Install, you will see something similar to this. All you have to do is to type white and press Enter for all the options that appears. Once Python is installed, open Minecraft and enter into any word you have. This will create a folder called Mindscript inside the Minecraft folder. Then go back to the downloads and move the mod.py file into Mindscript folder. Once you've done that, everything should be ready and you can start testing the script. Remember, I did this using my hotbar, so you will need to have the same one. The pickaxe, the shovel and the water bucket in the slots 3, 4 and 5. And finally, blocks in the last slot. To start the script, you need to type /mod. And here's something very important. If the player gets stuck while going down, or if there is any hostile mobs nearby, you need to stop the script by typing /killjob1 in the chat. Then just type /mod again and let the player go down and search the diamonds for you. And here's an example. Here the player gets stuck because he hasn't get the water back, and what you can do here is just to grab the water again and let the player continue mining down, or you can type /killjob1 to stop, then again type /mod. This way you will restart the script. Also, if you want to tap out of Minecraft and do other things, the first thing you must do is to disable pause on lost focus option, pressing F3 plus P. And something crucial, exit full screen mode with F11. Because when Minecraft is in full screen and you open another window, the computer reduces the resources allocated to the game, and that causes the code to freeze as well. So simply exit full screen mode and everything will work well. Now you can study for your finals or simply watch reels until your inventory is full of diamonds. Also, try not to left click while the player is mining, since this will cause him to stop mining. If this happens, simply restart the script. And once you have all the diamonds you wanted and want to stop the script, just type /killjob1 in the chat and that's it. If you like the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. It will help me a lot.